Back at this again. Fan is on. Looking for the bird. Stay right here. Not in Paldea, yeah, that's fine. It seems like... Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't need the bread on top, which is hilarious. But seems like due to the time, if I get in a good cycle, I can jump between this area and the mainland. Because this spot's pretty good, as it is. It's just a matter of just a bunch of this. Seeing what appears. Trying to pay attention to the Starlet and Staravia. They should be technically easy to spot. Staraptor definitely is. So it's just a matter of trying to reset and see what I get. I mean, until I see the shinies for, you know, the Staraptor and the Staravia and the Starlight. Because I know what they look like, I've seen them, but until I completely see them in game, it's always kind of hard to judge things. This spot's pretty good, but might fly back up to this little area. Because the groups are a lot more concentrated and are easier to notice if they're out of the grass. when I get clusters, looking for the slightly different colored Pokemon is a little bit easier up here. Especially with the Staraptor. So the reason this spot would work really well, it's just a small cluster of just a few things that spawn, but I can spawn things rapidly. I don't have to look at larger groups, because if something spawns up here, it's decently noticeable. Relatively speaking, anyway. Yeah, because within just a minute or two, you get a pretty good cluster up here. This seems like a concentrated spot. Not shiny. Just need to be persistent. Trying to be persistent. Staraptor is super easy to notice. Starly and Staravia, I know what they look like, but I haven't seen the contrast in the game completely. Because they would appear more brown. should be noticeable. Okay. Yeah, that's not. Because the other tip off is the feet would be yellow and not orange. And you get a good look. It's not the hardest thing, but if I saw it in game, I'm sure it would look naturally different enough. Especially in a cluster. Okay. Not you. Again, I'm kind of shocked I haven't seen a shiny. I know there's a smaller area, but that should make it technically easier because I'm resetting a lot here. Which is why the bigger gorge areas are awesome. Okay. Instead of up here, because the shiny could be spawning down in the gorge. There's the 2 or 3 big gorge areas. That other side is also pretty consistent, because I can get a lot of spawns. No. I mean, even up here, it's a decent spawn rate of stuff. not getting super good RNG. Because everything that spawns can be shiny. And doing this up here, I can get all 3 shiny. Theoretically. I mean, it's decently noticeable, and if I get a shiny in a cluster, it should look different enough. Because they're brown, basically. Okay. Staraptor are the easiest to spot. Surprised I haven't seen it. Picnic reset, you'd think I would have seen something out here. Knowing my luck, it spawned down in the gorge. Okay. tower in the main game I was doing this with is probably a little bit more consistent, or you can only get Staraptor because it's easier to notice a Staraptor that's shiny. Doing this up here, I at least have odds of the other forms, which isn't the worst thing. Just a matter of persistence. to actually go here and finish off the time ones. I like this spot because these are at least easy, completely easy to spot. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Okay, come on. Gonna pay attention to any of it. Last minute. Went to the bathroom. about to end. Gonna run to the bathroom. Ow, 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 ow. Hold on. Now the problem in general with because it's daytime only, it's just a matter of doing a few resets. In Kitakami specifically, the one gorge area, pretty good, but most people that did yeah, the times are off, that's cool. Works for me. We'll probably end up getting it here. They're all, like, a bit hard to spot, which is unfortunate. It's not the hardest hunt. It's just a matter of going back and forth. Not like super hard to notice, but it's a little bit difficult unless it's super close and you can see the blue. Because most people that did the hunt did this right here. The issue is the daytime only, which is dumb. That wasn't a thing. I probably would have been hunting here and I would have had this by now. Because the only other solution at that point would be normal recording hunt, so I could fuck with the time and just skip past changing the clock, basically. And doing an edited video, because otherwise I would need to get an extra stream elements thing where I could flick it up so that people can't see IP addresses and stuff. And it would be an edited hunt of just staying like right here, messing with the time, cutting to the successful Staraptor, if I was doing editing like that, I could at least truncate down to showing the Staraptor, explaining what I'm doing. Yeah, midnight hits. And unfortunately, Kitakami is night, and this is where we get the rollover issue. That's where the biggest problem is. And it's unfortunate. Because the other thing would be trying to get a mass outbreak to speed this nonsense up. Because when it hits night, they don't spawn, which is dumb. I can reload. Maybe check a raid Dean or two. As I said, between some rolls. Because otherwise, I might end up doing the one idea where I would basically record on the far side of the gorge from the fly point. Check this raid since I haven't. Minute. If I do it that way, instead of streaming, it'll be the only hunt, or one of, that I do as a YouTube recording instead of a stream, and that is specifically so I can sit there and fuck with the clock. Offline. Yeah, I could probably do that on my own. I might host. See if I get some sensible people in this thing. And I might. If I fail, do the one thing. And it would be a long recording, but I would just fuck with the clock. And I will think about that. I don't like messing with the clock, but Staraptor is dumb as hell. And I could basically do a normal YouTube recording, not a live stream. I like streaming shiny hunts because when they take a while, if people show up and I talk to people, it's fine, but if I decide to do the thing, I will do the thing. And it will basically be an off-stream shiny hunt, and I'll record it, explain what I'm doing, mess with the clock, and just truncate everything. Then what will get uploaded to YouTube will basically be the truncated down, like, long recording. I'll just edit the footage, show the marked shiny, basically. I'll think about it. Thanks, all of you. I mean, I knew with a crown type, but at the same time, it's like, these guys are not doing the best here. Except now, I can feel no longer taking super effective ground damage, which is cool. Yeah. Let's see what my damage is like. Good, 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 good. Silver gone. Okay. With everyone being able to give you massive, decent shots. Earthquake. Might matter. Yep. Join the mammoth fine, guys. Ooh, good crap. Booyah. I can work with that. I mean, checking my stuff is pretty good anyway. I will think about that time. Oh. For some shiny hunts, I had thought about that. Saying fuck it. Explaining I'm going to cheat the clock and just truncate a hunt into a small YouTube video. I like streaming, but I'll let anyone join. Can speed some things up. I'm ready. I'll just let some random people in. Speed things along. I mean, the excuse of not doing the truncating, I can at least get, you know, raids. I needed more raids anyway, so I might as well shiny hunt. Do some raids between the shiny hunt. Nasty butt. Nasty butt. Let's go, bitch. Make it rain. Good chunk of rain. No, let's just do some damage. That don't do much. Nice. I mean, realistically, we got this. Even if a lot of you are being really dumb. Go to gold. Asshole. Not trying to be offensive, but Christ. Cover. That's what. I'll make it right again. That'll do a chunk. Yeah, that'll do it. That works. Strong move. Decent damage. Decent stop, too. Nice. Yeah, now it's day. Yeah. Keep it calling. Like, one or two raids between the weird offsets. Because I reset to get my crap back. But. Okay. They're not the hardest shinies to spot, but they are subtle-ish. Other than Staraptor, that becomes the easiest. I wish the Starlet and Staravia were a little bit different. I mean, again, it's always just a matter of time. If I'm hunting here, though, I might go back deeper in the gorge. That one spot that gets a decent amount of spawns, but I like up here as a spawn area. Because when they're on the rocks, there's not a lot of grass. It's easier to notice stuff. We're just, you know, in the grass at the edge here. As I always joke about, you have to be stubborn. If I pay very close attention, that's my problem. I mean, they're noticeable, but it's subtle-ish. So if you're not super paying attention, you could notice, like, oh, damn it, working that weird. If you're not super paying attention, you could notice it, but if you're not super paying attention, you might overlook it. Like, if you're just kind of glancing, you might not immediately register, oh, it's a shiny or something. Unless it's in a cluster. That's the bigger tip off when you get the lucky cluster and it's like, oh, that one does look a little bit different. Are you shiny? Oh, it was shiny. Or, oh, no, it's not. I mean, Staraptor is the easiest to notice. So if you see the blue on the Staraptor, you know it's shining. Staravia and the Scarlet are harder to notice. Because it's subtle-ish, because they're all slightly more brown, basically. Which is unfortunate, because that makes this a little bit harder. I'm still trucking. I'm still streaming. Booyah!
Bullshit.
Booyah! No errors on the streaming, Carson. If I'm not saying the internet didn't die for you, but I have bitrate. If I have bitrate, I'm streaming. If it goes to 0, that's a internet like dropout death. But I got bitrate, so no, there is no dropout. And again, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just the fun example of sometimes it's like you and only you.
It just happened again. Because that's the only time I ever had no. It's all my draws. It was like 3 times in a row.
I'm still trucking though. I said our internet's spotty, and if you lose it, sometimes I lose it. And if I'm streaming and you're doing something else, we might end up in a dumb scenario, but... Cause that's the other thing. I'm still online.
Well, normally whenever I get a
Yeah.
draws like that, normally literally, I reconnect and it works.
Yes. I didn't lose anything, which is hilarious. And the Pokemon is still connected online, so if there was a drop and it affected the Switch, the Pokemon should have had a notice or something. down to one of these areas. If I'm gonna hang out, damn it, in the gorge, slightly bigger area might massively fix the odds because there's just a bunch of bullshit that can spawn here. Start checking this cluster before. If I'm hanging out in the gorge, I should probably hang out down here. Because this does get me a decent spawn rate. Plenty of things. Yeah, they spawn like crazy. I just kind of loop around this little rock formation. Yeah, because even down here, I can get a lot of the Staraptor. And that, on average, is really nice too. So I also just kind of hide out down here and get like 20 million Starlight. Which worked for me. imposters, none of those look shiny. this becomes my problem because it's a day-only hunt. But one of the best solutions for this specific hunt is messing with the time. I mean, streaming hunts and stuff is fun, but like, this is the kind of thing where messing with the clock is a pretty good idea. Okay. Okay. Don't see anything. Get up for a bathroom break in a minute. Time's almost up, but I do need to use the bathroom. the problem here is the daytime only thing. Because that makes the hunting way longer than it should be. Dang it. That's sort of the problem here. Yeah. That's the end of that. I'm gonna check something. Just taking a quick detour to check a couple of random things. Because I have a bunch of miscellaneous nonsense. Alright. They won't take quickly. Staraptor. I thought I had a random shiny Staraptor. Actually, while I'm here. None of those are shiny. If I have a random shiny Staraptor, which I was thinking about, might be in a different game. I can check Scarlet. I was just thinking about that. Staraptor. Okay. Okay. That thing, if it exists, I think that might still be one of my 3DS games, actually. Can figure that out. Might need to figure that out. Or I could check all of my games. Because sometimes miscellaneous stuff gets moved into my alt versions and I don't think about it. Could be in like Violet or Diamond or Pearl maybe. Now it's just a matter of trying to pay close attention to the Staraptors. And hoping I get a marked shiny in a reasonable time. Because this would probably be the best spot for that. Just let a few spawn and just massively do this. Then ideally it wouldn't even be that bad. That is the one issue if they spawn. I'm not paying super close attention. It's harder to see unless they're close by or land. Because this spot is pretty ideal, especially if I said fuck it and decided to come here. Mess with the clock. Do a normal YouTube recording and just mess with the clock and just truncate till I get what I need. Which I kinda hate doing, but this hunt is obnoxious enough as it is. It's daytime only. You can affect the time in game. I wouldn't need to do the clock thing, and I would sit here. It would hit night, and I would basically change the time and just constantly come back here, but without that as an option, it kind of becomes, oh, you need to hit, like you need to basically cheat and mess with the clock. Because otherwise you are kind of stuck. And I am thinking about saying fuck it doing that. Because I could stay right here. And the time skips would let me hunt only in this area. I could probably get that a little bit quicker messing with the clock. I could make that a YouTube video and just explain what I'm doing. Because it basically is, like... Because I'm still trying to get a marked shiny. And messing with the clock just becomes a time save. So I would still be here. Debatably 2 or 3 hours at least, even with the clock thing. And if I don't get luck, I might literally go do that. And that will be a special case shiny hunt. Because even doing that, I would probably record. Unless I got really lucky when I decided to do that, I would probably record 2 or 3 hours regardless. Even if I'm truncating 2 or 3 hours down into like 10 minutes. Because I would basically be cutting around. Explaining the setup. Explaining what I was basically doing, which would be, you know, as I said, sitting here, disabling the internet connection for the time, recording, when the time rolls over, just moving the time up a little bit. Because essentially, if you change the time, you can hunt more consistently, because this is a hunt that is a little bit stupid in a lot of ways. Because you can only hunt these during the day, and I want a marked shiny. And that adds so much extra RNG to a hunt that's already kind of long and tedious as it is. And because of that, this might be the one time. I mean, the streams are cool, and then the truncating idea is just to record that shit so I can get a move on, because otherwise this hunt will probably take way longer than it fucking should. Because it's already kind of obnoxious as it is, and I can't maximize my hunt. That's sort of the bigger issue with this. Because doing this, even with the sandwiches, yeah, because it's night now. This becomes the problem. Because I can't maximize my hunts because it becomes night. And then it literally becomes just a fucking waste. And that becomes kind of dumb in a lot of ways. Because when it becomes night, you can't get stuff. And that's the one reason might stream a little bit longer. See if I get lucky. Then decide the one time for sanctity reasons, because it is just a time save. Doing this off stream but not off recording. Recording the hunt and just changing the clock a bunch. No. Damn it. I would have meant to. Damn it. I need to change Pokemon. Fucking damn it. Hold on. I'm not online. That's sort of the stupid issue with this hunt as it is. Because other hunts, generally Pokemon could exist day or night, or had specific spawn points where time doesn't matter. I hate the time specific stuff. Those are the kind of hunts you realistically should basically say fuck it. And I could maximize RNG more if I was doing that nonsense on a normal recording. advantage of not doing that, like I said, I can waste time doing some raids, which is important. Of course you fucking crit. Ah, good throw. That thing is froze. Sword dance again. Bigger chomp. The problem. Red hammer. I can ignore Terrestrial for just a moment. Okay. Fucking creeps. Fucking creeps. It's fine. Fine. Yeah, and the shield's gone, so it's fine. Yeah, because, like I said, the advantage of not immediately... Like, I'm getting Herb Mythica. And stuff, which is good, but... Messing with the clock. I wish Staraptor existed in this DLC as well. Then I could basically do hunts across all the regions and I wouldn't have to do much beyond that. I got that one shiny the one day where I got lucky. But it wasn't marked or anything. see how much they can do. Yeah, I think that's a decent shot. Cover. So I'm basically at half. There we go. This will do the chunk of damage. Like I said, the advantage of the raids in between the sandwiches is I could get good stuff, but I want the shining. You used Trick Room, but you used Agility, you lunatic. Thanks, game!
Some of them things, their natural weapon stats, contradictory things like that.
It set up a bunch of agilities and then it clicked Trick Room. Come on. I'm tired of this damn shit. It's fine. Booyah. Good stuff. Oh my god. Massive outbreak of Staraptor. Holy shit. Hold on. If I do a mass outbreak, I can solve most of my damn problems. Hold on. Oh, that actually solves all of my damn problems. Holy shit. Uno momento. Oh, that's gonna solve my issues and then some. Holy crap. Because if you slaughter 60 and then make the sandwich, okay. Game just solved my problems. Oh, that'll save me. Oh, I was kind of hoping that might happen. I want to get. I'm not doing the sandwich until I've slaughtered the 60. So I'm gonna. Alright. I want to get. Oh, right at it. Going to save. Okay, it will be here, but they literally don't spawn at night, which is hilarious. So I do need it to be daytime. So I need to stall a little bit. Because I'm on the cycle, and this will actually solve my fucking problem. If you slaughter 60 and then make the sandwich, that gives you really good odds. And the mass outbreak shouldn't go anywhere as long as I'm saved near it. Yeah, okay. Then I could do some online raids while we're stalling for a microsecond. Alright, if I'm doing that though, alright, I'm gonna back out, save. It'll be a mass outbreak Staraptor, which, okay. That'll solve my fucking problem. Oh, man. Okay. That'll be funny as hell. It gets daytime. I can save. Because the Staraptor doesn't spawn at night. If you... During a mass outbreak, if you KO 60 Pokemon and then make the sandwich, because when you KO 60, that's when you get the increases and everything. I just kind of have to hang out here like a jackass, basically. Which works for me, but it's just kind of funny. This will solve all of my damn problems. I was hoping a mass outbreak might happen. I didn't even change the time. It just naturally rolled over into a mass outbreak. And it's Staraptor, and that's perfect. And I'll do it the slightly more correct way. Walk into a mass outbreak. KO 60 Pokemon to increase your odds. Then in the middle of the outbreak, after you've KO'd 60 Pokemon, make the sandwich. Increase your odds further, and then just a reset of odds, and your Pokemon should show up. Because outbreaks also reroll marks and everything. Magnet Rise! Oh no! It's levitating with electromagnetism! Damn it. I'm obsessed with that description. Except I'm not trying to hit you with ground damage, and nobody here is... Let's do some damage. You guys set me up. Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. This is good. I mean, it's a lower level raid, but... It's fine. We're all doing okay. I might say that, yeah. Of course it did. Of course. Cool. Cool, cool. Works for me. Works for me. Checking something on my phone. Still not daytime, that's fine. Checking the... yeah. Stream is still working. Okay. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. This is fine. Mass outbreaks are the... ooh, all the garbage. Ooh, ooh. Mama fucking mia. Mass outbreaks, to explain those to people, again, because I often do hunts, and if I happen to get a mass outbreak, cool. Essentially, the way the outbreaks work, after 60 Pokemon in an outbreak are KO'd, the shiny odds and the mark odds increase exponentially, and it will stack with a sandwich. So if I walk into an outbreak of Staraptor and KO 60 Staraptor, then make a sandwich in the middle of the outbreak, shiny odds increase, and not only does do shiny odds increase, mark odds increase as well. And they re-roll multiple times. So, that mass outbreak would probably be what gets me what I'm looking for. I did that with Mouse Hole, and it didn't take that many resets to get what I needed, but this time I'm going to do it the other way. When I did it with the Mouse Hole, I made the sandwich and then fought in the outbreak, but this time I'm going to fight in the outbreak and then make the sandwich. Oh no. I mean, yeah, I knew I was vulnerable to the ground, but... that's the one issue with me. The feel's good. Got a long good set up, which is good. Chunk of damage. But I knew this was semi-risky. Such is the nature of this. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, it is a golem, and it is a high-level raid. It's just kind of unfortunate. Because other people were dying in mass. Oh. No one's gonna win. Yeah, now the game is being dumb. If the game had been dumb earlier, it could have got some decent damage. It's not gonna matter. Everyone's gonna get kicked out. That's fine. Think it'll roll today. Okay, no, still not, but it's close. And that is a... Without the glowing, it's going to be a mass outbreak. So I just need like a minute or two to pass here. Since the time will go, even if I do this, I could take a minute and use the bathroom and get more drink and come back and the mass outbreak might be ready to roll. got more drink. Use the bathroom. Still not daytime, that's fine. Should roll over soonish. Then we can fucking party. As a joke, just where my brain goes is that Futurama quote, I know it's not Saturday, it's Saturday night. I have no date. A 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my all Russ mixtape. Let's rock. I love that it's Saturday night, I have no date. Is it part of that? Meaning he does this a lot. Stuff. Yeah, I'll do the 4-star. It's 4-star for Christ's sake. I could hit this thing and I'll do massive damage to it. That one person would choose their crowd. Come on. It's a 4-star raid, my dude. Just pick something. They didn't choose anything. It's not gonna matter though. So 4-star. I can do this with neutral damage. Yeah. This is fine. And I could also, if I really need to, just calm mine. Yeah, I think I'll win this. Shield's gone, so Earth Power's that. 100% that. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Yeah, it's daytime. Oh, I'm gonna disconnect from the internet. The Staraptor is marked. Now, Staraptor should appear. Oh, well, actually, it's about... Day is about to break. A little bit before that. Okay, yeah, alright. Just got the day right. Staraptor should appear. Yeah, mass outbreak, okay. And we just slaughter the Staraptor. I just count. Damn it. Damn it. Wrong fucking button. Do that every fucking time. One. Gonna count the Staraptor. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Need to get to 60. 7. 8. That's 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 15 to 16. Wait. 17. 18. 19. Pretty sure we're up to 20. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 48, 49, you'll KO it, 50, 51, you'll KO it, 51, pretty sure that I saw the KO'd one at random, so 51, so I'm pretty sure this is 52. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, KO it, 6, 7, 58, pretty sure, 59, 60, I'll make the sandwich in a second. I'll do 61 just in case. Now, if I make the sandwich, and just KO one or two more. As needed, I can reset. If you KO 60, that increases the odds, but the sandwich increases the odds even more. So, I'm pretty sure I've KO'd 60. And then it's just letting the outbreak come and go, and with some luck, we'll almost immediately, because of the 60 KOs, see a marked shiny. Because now, with the sandwich, Staraptor are going to appear in droves, basically. Knock out like one of these things. Because it's a mass outbreak, so it's just a matter of now literally doing this. I should be at the 60 limit. Could knock out like one more. Because they are spawning. Then it's just a matter of this will re-roll everything. And they are decently low to the ground. And I have increased odds. Just gotta hope the ones that appear are easy to notice. Yeah, because I'm getting marks and stuff out the ass, which is in and of itself really fucking funny. Just gotta hope this solves my problem. Because mass outbreaks should somewhat easily generate what I'm looking for. I got my 60. Damn it. Fucking put it again. Oh, because this should give me the best odds because everything stacks. Because you KO the 60. KO the 60, and then it's just a matter of hoping to get a marked shiny. Checking what's spawning. Because they are spawning all over the damn place. Because it's a mass outbreak and they're forced to spawn. Kind of surprised I haven't seen one. Doing the sandwich before walking into the outbreak isn't a bad idea, but people will do it after the 60 so that the sandwich can maximize the spawns. Because the spawn rate is insane when you get both of these combined. I'm just trying to see. Did I spot the shiny? Because the amount of rolls for this are absurd, basically, because it's re-rolling shinies and stuff multiple times. I am kind of shocked I haven't seen one. With all the odds increased, I am shocked I haven't seen a shiny. Because this is the best way to do hunts of stuff. Of course, I get like, of course, I would get really good random RNG that ends up incredibly bad. Because I am honestly shocked. If I count one. Not many Staraptor left. Okay. Oh, damn it. Now that I'm at the not many Staraptor left. Now I shouldn't do KOs. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to reset the game a bunch and hope the Staraptor hang out if I reset a bunch. Like I did with Mousehold, and it took one or two good attempts of resetting. That's the shiny, just happens to roll up. I'm surprised it hasn't, honestly. I am really surprised. Because the odds for this are super favorable, and I'm still not getting it. Which is kind of shocking, honestly. I killed a 60 minutes. I mean, I know it's not guaranteed, but the odds shoot up exponentially, so it's kind of ridiculous. I haven't seen a shiny in this cluster. Because this realistically would be the best RNG for this nonsense. I've combined both methods here, and I'm still not getting this thing. Which annoys me, because the odd increase is really good. Outbreaks alone are crazy for shinies, just slaughtering the 60. I have the highest odd sandwich on top of that, and I'm still not getting this thing. Which is insane. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to slaughter anymore. Pretty sure once you hit the 60, you're just supposed to do this. Because they are fresh spawns, but they're still part of the outbreak. And I'm pretty sure this drops your... Well, I say drops, but like... better term, increase Pretty sure when you combine everything, it's like a 3 and 500 or something. It's insane. The fact I haven't seen one is so stupid. I know it can happen. I know this isn't a guarantee. It just annoys me because, like, probability and law of averages, I always end up ranting about when I tilting and felling hunts because probability and law of averages in Pokemon means fucking nothing. Even if something is logistically super likely, you can be over or under odds because it's all random numbers. Even if it seems like you should logistically get what you need. Like, there was that channel, it's a different thing, but this was a running pattern. It's just really funny to me because it proves my point. Of someone doing these, like, Nuzlockes and stuff, but they use shiny Pokemon. Or they just do challenge runs of beating Pokemon games with shinies and in Scarlet and Violet consistently. This person consistently in Scarlet and Violet to get certain shinies for their challenges will Masuda method, and they're constantly like over odds by a ridiculous margin. Probability and law of averages means fucking nothing. That shit is really irritating. Especially because that same channel. No, I mean, they normally, when they're editing, they'll cut, so they'll never say truly how long certain things take. But that channel, a lot of times, to get the shiny, will be like, oh, here's a mass outbreak. Oh, I slaughtered 60 Pokemon. Shiny appeared immediately. Mass outbreaks are so great, guys. You can get shiny super easily. I'm stacking all the bullshit and I'm not getting the damn shiny. Most people say to wait on the sandwich. In a lot of ways, I think you should do the sandwich before walking into the outbreak, because as you slaughter Pokemon and new Pokemon appear, you naturally have better odds as you're KOing stuff. because I've been in this outbreak for like 30 minutes and I haven't seen a shiny. This is after the 60 KO. This is why I hate probability and law of averages, especially in Pokemon, because the numbers mean fucking nothing. Logistically, I'm in a position where I should be seeing shinies out the ass. Because you get so many people with mass outbreaks, especially with a sandwich this good. Oh, mass outbreaks are so easy. Slaughter 60 Pokemon, make a high ranking sandwich. You'll get a shiny every 5 fucking seconds. It's so easy. It's kinda boring. Not always the case, guys. I've seen so many people. It does technically work, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed, and it annoys me that these big YouTube channels are like, oh, if you get a mass outbreak and you slaughter 60 Pokemon. Oh. Thanks for the random follow. Back to my little rant there. It's like, I know it's increased odds, but just annoys me. So many YouTube channels acting like, oh, a mass outbreak and a sandwich combines in a way that like guarantees you'll get thousands of shinies, but you can get kinda okay, kind of annoyed. Because this is a mass outbreak after the 60 KOs, and I have a maximum sandwich, and I'm not seeing a marked shiny or even a shiny. That's why I was ranting about probability and law of averages and RNG, because even doing a mass outbreak and stuff, sometimes you can just get absolutely screwed over. And I know you can get good stuff doing this. Oh, there's a shiny. Booyah. You're not marked, though. I'll catch it? I would... wanted a marked one? I'll catch this one, though. See if... then I'll have to probably reset, but it is funny. A shiny did end up appearing at the... I'll answer you in just a moment. Not ignoring you, I'm just catching this shiny. Damn you. As for the Switch 2 or the Series S, that really depends. Because the Switch 2 is super interesting as a thing because the portability is cool. And I like the portability of the Switch 2. That's always a plus for the Switch 2. Series S is like interesting in its own right. It really does depend. I mean, I'm enjoying the Switch 2, and I really do like the portability as a factor because you basically get games that are, you know, basically a little bit stronger than a Series S. Not as powerful as a Series X. And Also, while not as powerful as a PS5, the slight down bump is still about on par, a little bit with an S as it is. And the portability is a factor, and that's always cool because then you get these nice games on the go, which is great. Yeah, yeah. I like the Switch too, I really do. And I think the big advantage of the Switch 2 right now is the portability thing, just in general. Love this thing. Because the games on the Switch 2 are pretty comparable with the PlayStation and the Xbox. And you get the portability, so you end up having a system that is really nice because the portability as a factor. Oh, there's another shiny. It's not marked, but that is funny. Another shiny showed up. For what it's worth, I mean, the outbreaks do help. I think you'll like the Switch too. Because the big advantage, because it's the whole point, is portability. Because you can take a Switch 2 on the go. And that is really nice. Also, with the prices of the other systems going up, the Switch 2, even when they do that small price increase later, it's still, on average, a really good value. And I personally love our Switch 2. Other advantage of the Switch 2 that's great, it plays Switch 1 games, so the Switch 2 gives you access to the Switch 1, which is a plus. And a lot of Switch 1 games run better on this thing. No. Catch, Daniel. Right at the end of the sandwich. Fortunately, those shinies aren't marked, which is a problem. I at least got an outbreak, and I might get a marked shiny in a moment here. Yeah, I don't know the channel. Okay, fine. Unfortunately, those shinies weren't marked. Probably about to reset my game then, but I could... While the outbreak still exists for a second. Because I also didn't have the size marks, so those shinies don't even have a potential to be the sizes. Outbreak was pretty good though. before the night rolls over, even without the sandwich, just seeing. Just the outbreak on its own has pretty good odds. Sandwich helps a lot though, but before night hit, I might as well just naturally roll these guys before I reset. Okay. And night hit. Now, didn't see the size marks when I caught those. I'll go double check though. So I can reset the game. Try to undo what I did. Because I was hoping for a marked shiny, but... Or a shiny if it's not marked, that's in the size requirement of... this. And, yeah, the symbol match, so... Neither of these will be large or small. Yep. That's unfortunate. Now resetting, even if it's in the middle of the night in the game, should basically be back before that outbreak happened. Yeah, okay, good. No, the outbreak doesn't go off at night, unfortunately. So I can do some raids and stuff in the meantime. Realistically, I will probably get this in just 1 or 2 outbreak rolls. That'll be kind of fun. Okay. I can do some raids and stuff and just hang out right here. Because I'm obviously back before I did the outbreak.